It was a crisp autumn day when I decided to venture deep into the woods behind my late grandfather's property. He had always warned me, stay away from the old woods. Nothing good lives there. But I chalked it up to the ramblings of an old man trying to keep a curious kid from wandering too far. Years later, as an adult, I wanted to prove there was nothing to fear. The trees grew denser as I moved further in, their skeletal branches intertwining to block out the sun. The air turned cold, unnaturally so, and the chirping of birds disappeared. I had just decided to turn back when I saw it, the cabin. It loomed in the distance, half hidden by a shroud of mist. The wooden porch sagged, its planks warped and splintered with age. Vines crept along the structure, their gnarled roots burrowing into the cracks like they were consuming the cabin itself. The door was unsettling, heavy iron hinges covered in rust, its surface weathered and gray with patches of moss. The iron doorknob almost seemed alive, a single, menacing eye staring back at me. I stood frozen, every instinct screaming to leave. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. The closer I got, the thicker the air became, suffocating and damp, carrying the putrid stench of decay. Each step felt heavier, as if unseen hands were pulling me back. The porch creaked loudly under my weight, and the sound echoed unnaturally, as though the forest was listening. The door wasn't locked. When I turned the doorknob, it felt icy, sending a jolt up my arm. As it swung open, I was met with the smell of mold and rot so strong I nearly gagged. The inside was darker than it should have been, even with the dim light filtering through cracks in the boarded-up windows. Furniture sat where it had been abandoned long ago, a tattered armchair by a soot-streaked fireplace, a table missing half its legs, and shelves covered in cobwebs. Dust swirled in the air, but what caught my eye were the markings carved into the walls. Strange symbols and scratches, some looking like claw marks, crisscrossed the interior. I told myself it was just an old hunting cabin, left to rot. But deep down, I knew better. As I stepped further inside, the door slammed shut behind me. My heart leapt, and I spun around, but no one was there. I tried the knob, but it wouldn't budge. That's when I heard it, a faint whisper. "Leave." The voice was faint and distorted, like it was coming from a long tunnel. It sent chills down my spine. I tried to tell myself it was the wind, but the air inside the cabin was utterly still. Then I noticed the shadows. They moved. Not like shadows cast by flickering light, but with purpose, crawling along the walls and floor. My breath caught as one stretched toward me, elongated fingers reaching across the wooden planks. I stumbled back, knocking into the table, and the sound seemed to awaken something. A loud creak came from the ceiling above. Slowly, I tilted my head upward. The beams of the roof were shrouded in darkness, but two pale, glinting eyes peered down at me. They blinked, slow and deliberate, and then the thing began to move. It descended like liquid shadow, long limbs unfolding as it dropped to the floor. Its body was twisted, hunched, and wrong, like a mockery of human form. The smell of rot intensified, and I realized it wasn't coming from the cabin, it was coming from it. I scrambled backward, my hands searching for anything to defend myself. The whispers grew louder, merging into a cacophony of voices. "Leave. Leave. Leave." The creature didn't speak, but its head tilted unnaturally as if it were studying me. Then it lunged. I don't remember how I got out. One moment, I was in that cabin, and the next, I was outside, sprinting through the woods as fast as my legs could carry me. The trees seemed to close in, their skeletal branches clawing at my clothes and skin. When I finally broke free of the forest, I collapsed onto the grass, gasping for air. I looked back, expecting to see the cabin, but there was nothing, just an unbroken wall of trees. I never told anyone what happened, and I've never gone back. But sometimes, late at night, I dream of that cabin. The whispers return, louder and more insistent. And in the darkest moments of the night, I swear I can still smell that scent of decay. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy haunted locations, true crime stories, and chilling unsolved mysteries, be sure to like this video, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button for more spine-tingling content.